what you're actually doing now is you are making a digital twin of your best employees and sort of transferring that decision process to the software. So it's a really good point. So I think one of the important things that we have been talking about a few times is sort of this thing that you, at a completely different scale now, can sort of capture what's within people's heads and then digitize it with the new wave of software.
And so you're talking about pretty much a digital twin of an employee.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually totally right. When I was at this Airbus company, right, there they talked a lot about the digital twin. I think that was like 7 years back, like the hype thing, right? But essentially what that meant was you were trying to create a digital twin on some hardware or some software stack you had in the company to try and sort of like tune decisions or like new ways of doing things and like simulating that to quickly getting to results. What you're actually doing now is you are making a digital twin of your best employees and sort of transferring that decision process to the software. So it's a really good point.
Yeah. So where the knowledge was before now changes. So
they're redefining where knowledge lives.
We are redefining where the knowledge lives in the organizations. It's no longer living in the tools which people are using to make decisions.
Yeah.
But the knowledge is digitized within the platforms, and those platforms are making the decisions for the humans.
Yeah, and I also think it's important here to mention we are called autonomous, right, for a reason, and that's because more and more of this, if we are bringing it up a level, right, it means that the enterprise in general are going autonomous. It's sort of like that's the natural evolution we are coming to. We have tried in the past. But now, because we can go so vertical in the decisions and the workflows, it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible, but it can also be maybe scary for some organizations or for some people. I think the core element here would be trust. Mm-hmm. And the question is, how can you make sure that people are comfortable with that transition?
I have a few thoughts on that. That at least that's the way we are communicating it to the companies that we are speaking with, right? It's sort of like 3 stages. You have sort of stage 1. You can compare it a little bit actually with sort of like, I think everybody is somehow aware of like cars will most likely in the near future drive more or less autonomously around. And there's also a few stages, right, on how do we get to there. And if you're looking at more like workflows and autonomous agents and so on, it's like stage 1, you have the human in the loop. You're digitizing a lot of the decision making, like 70, 80, 90%, 95% of the decisions is actually done before a human is brought into the loop. Then you have step 2, or stage 2, which is like you have a human on the loop. So that means like actually the agent is allowed to take autonomous decisions end to end. But if the agent is in doubt or the business have said like actually in this specific decision, no matter if the agent could take the decision or not, we actually want a human in the loop because this is so business critical. So that's sort of stage 2, and that is where we are seeing our customers now truly are heading towards. And we can talk about later how you measure sort of like the trust so you can get to that stage. And then the last stage is sort of a combination of 1 and 2. It's essentially the state where you are fully autonomous in a decision or in a workflow, and where you can say that is a stage where sort of stage 2 is delivering more and more into that, because the human that are brought onto the loop are also enforcing and retraining, what can you say, the decision making and those systems, so you can take more and more into that fully autonomous state.
Yes, and this ladder of autonomy is becoming more crisp and crisp for digital leaders.
Yeah.
But of course, there is a need for how to facilitate that elevation of decision making. You need to have what we call decision analytics to outline how you can transition, when it is safe for you to transition from level 1 to level 2 and from level 2 to level 3.